What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl, Crystina Storm. Yes, it is the hostess that does the mostest, baby. What's going on, children of the rainbow corn? If you don't know, you better know. It is July 4th, Independence Day. Do I feel like it's independence for everybody? No, but who cares? I mean, at this point, like we doing our protesting, we doing our riding, we are out here doing what we need to do to make sure that Independence Day is not just for one race, but for multiple races and multiple cultures. So let's get right into it. This is Loose Rap Show Season 1, Episode 9. Let's get into it, baby. I am enjoying this. I'm loving it. I'm loving everybody's feedback that I have been getting. And I just enjoy just doing what I'm doing. Now we're going to get on to Tea on the Street. If you don't know what Tea on the Street is, everybody, Tea on the Street is anything dealing with the celebrity news, dealing with world news, weather news, anything at all. That's the Tea on the Street. That means the tea has been spilled, baby, and it's time for me to runneth it over. Tea on the Street, honey. This tea is really good, this episode, because especially one of the last topics of Tea on the Street. So let's get into it. Let's get messy. Let's get serious. Let's talk about some deep shit. June 29, 2020 on Indy100.com. Dodo Bird Trump tells African Americans to understand the history before we go back to it. How the fuck are we supposed to understand the history that we constantly live every day? I mean, I ain't even gonna say how can we? We already understand our history. Let me take that back. I needed to reword that. We already understand our history, motherfucker. You don't understand our history. You don't understand the fact that y'all use, and when I say y'all, I'm not specifically saying white people, because there were not just all white people that had slaves. Let's be honest. Black people had slaves. Indian people had slaves. Anybody that had slaves that were black back in the day, this is for you. We understand our history. Why the fuck do you think we're fighting as hard as we are? Why do you think a lot of us getting killed for what we believe in? Come on now. Let's get into it. When an interview on Fox and Friends with Trump he was asked for his thoughts on the anti-racism protesters that have been attempting to remove the statues of U.S. Confederate generals. Most of the, if you don't know, most of the back in the day presidents were Confederate generals. They fought in the war and they were Confederate generals. And such individuals, such as Christopher Columbus, Theodore Roosevelt, which promoted a history of slavery and white supremacy and white superiority in this country, period. Trump says that the people destroying don't know why. He doesn't know why they're doing it, attempting to remove the mementos, and being aware of the statues from former presidents such as Washington, Jefferson, and Madison, all own slaves. So you understand that they own slaves, but you don't understand why they're trying to destroy or remove the statues. You just sounded dumb right there. But let's get more into it. It says the interviewer goes on to say, since you have done a lot for the black community, since you have done a lot for the black community, what is your message to them? And when their ancestors were enslaved because of leaders basically coming together and putting them into slavery, and these leaders are the same mementos, statues that you're putting up now, or we already have for the past, who knows, 100+ years. Some of these statues, 100+ years, commemorating these slavery owners, these Confederate soldiers. It says Donald Trump, as usual, he bypassed the question and tried to come up with his own, or try to come up with an answer. And that's when he made that stupid ass statement that black people need to learn the history so they won't go back. I don't give a fuck what this man thinks at this point, because he has proven not to be the president. Not only that, he has proven that he's a dumb fuck and all he knows is money. If you want anything from Donald Trump, talk to him about money, how to make a coin, because he does know how to make a coin. But for him to sit here and say that shit, especially when he quote unquote is not a racist president, and I've heard multiple people say that, how can you say Donald Trump is not a racist president when he made a comment like that? And that wasn't him just slipping up. Excuse me. Donald Trump does not. Donald Trump know what the fuck he's saying. Because Donald Trump has to read off a fucking script that's written for him. Donald Trump is not president. The people that put him in office that are the powers that be are president. Let's be straightforward and honest with this shit. Because anytime he starts reading a speech, do y'all not pay attention that this motherfucker will start reading a speech and then, or try to remember a speech, and then when he feel like he's got a hiccup or somebody say something to him that unnerves him, he decides to sit there and go beyond what he needed to say on the daggone on his speech. I've never seen that before in a president. I didn't even see that in Obama, and I swore that Obama was gonna have a hard time because of the fact that he was black, but he ruled that motherfucker like it was nothing. Even though he wasn't able to put down what he wanted to put down, because I don't believe he put down everything that he wanted to put down into play, and as far as laws and patents and all the other things of that nature. But Trump does what the fuck he does just to do it. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's an advertiser, he's a money maker, and he's a promoter, and he knows how to keep his name going and how to make money, and that's all this is for him. So when he finished doing this shit and go back to his billionaire status as a celebrity, that's just another accolade that he done put under his belt. Y'all sit there and not go vote. I guarantee you, if he's not in office, somebody with his same attitude and his same mindset is going to be in office. And we don't have time for that at all. We don't have time for it at all. Like, come on now, if you're gonna sit here and go to all these riots and cause people to get killed because of these riots, and cause people to get hung and shot and stabbed or whatever the case may be, beat up, stoned, whatever, for these riots, we need that same motherfucking energy when it's time to go vote. And we don't have that much time left before it's time for us to vote, people. We don't. So let's get to it. Let's get right into it, because anytime we have a president that can feel like he can say the shit that he said, black African American people or black people, know your history, bitch, we know it. And no, we're not taught. No, the shit that we know is not taught to us in school, because the shit that's taught to us in school is some shit that you can look at on a Disney movie, and the shit is sugar-coated. It's sugar-coated. A lot of the stuff that most black people have learned have came from black people that have dealt with it. Most of the history that we know is because we took our time and dug up the bones that y'all decided to hide from us. Like, come on, it's time to wake up, people. We don't have time for this anymore. If we trying to really be the United States, let's be united as a whole, period. Fucking Trump. How his daggone cutie orange looking ass with the haystack flying across his head gonna sit there and say some shit like that? But nigga, you literally, we might as well shave your ass bowl and put you a tutu on you, a pink tutu on you, and you could look like the alien from American Dad, because ain't nobody got time for your bullshit. And then the thing is that the powers that be do not want equality and unity. Let's be honest, because if they did, they would be correcting this man. I don't feel like it I don't feel like it honestly matters anymore, whether you're Republican or Democrat. But I do think that because of the history of the parties, that determines how things go. Because every party has their own shtick, their own thing that they focus on. But ain't no party better than the other one. I do not believe. I just believe that most people that are disenfranchised or that are not a part of the white privilege category, most of them do go to being Democrat, liberal, or whatever the case may be. But let's get somebody that really is in there for everybody. Not just for black people, not just for white people, but honestly, we need to start putting people into power that's for everybody. Because until that day happens, we're still gonna have segregation. It don't matter if we get all black people in Congress, House, Senate, or whatever. There's still gonna be segregation because of the fact that it's all black people in there. Let's get this shit together. It don't take that much. Use your head. Let's stop letting the TV and these images and these people that's in power influence what you do and to who you put in power. You have your own mind. That's the whole point of us all being individual people, because we have our own mind. We have our own spirit. Come on. Let's get into it, people. Let's get it together. July 1st, 2020 on ABC 7. After a 9-year-old Maryland boy was denied food service in a restaurant, his mother files a civil rights lawsuit. This is the mother, Marcia Grant, and her son was denied several service at the Ozu Bay restaurant on the Baltimore Inner Harbor because the manager said he was not adequately dressed. It says now the family is filing for a civil lawsuit with the federal courts against the Atlas Group. Atlas Group, if you don't know who that is, and if you don't know who the Ozu Bay restaurant is, it's a nice restaurant. I haven't been, but I heard it's nice. And Atlas Group is a group of hospitality and restaurant businesses that they own. Basically, that's where that group comes in. And it says which owns a collection of restaurants, including Ozu Bay. It says Mrs. Grant, who caught the incident on her cell phone, the footage showed a Caucasian boy eat in the same restaurant with the same type of attire that her son had on. It says that she showed this footage and pointed out the fact that the young boy had the same exact type of attire on that her son did, the managers and the staff still refused their services. So this is the Atlas Group. Representative came in and said that this is not how we do it. This is not how it goes. That we apologize to the mother and son, and that since then they have fired I guess it was 2 managers, could have been more, but they had fired the managers at the Ozu Bay restaurant and revised their dress code for children 12 and under, so that it's not such a big deal for kids. Because you got to think about it, most kids don't be thinking about going to a fancy restaurant or going to a restaurant that they have to worry about their clothes, and then most kids, they eat messy anyway. So even if they go to a fancy restaurant, their nice clothes can get messed up. I think I will say this, Atlas Group, you moved swiftly on that, but I do feel like at the end of the day, I don't think that because of the fact that you moved so swiftly with your response and how you handle it, I do think that she still needs to file a lawsuit, not against the Atlas Group, but against those individuals, because of the fact that we not playing no games more, and let's continue not to play no games. Reverse your lawsuit towards the individuals that got fired and make them feel your pain. And when I say make them feel your pain, I mean literally make them feel your motherfucking pain. Like, let them feel how it feels to be on the bottom of the totem pole. Like, you know what I'm saying? You coming in just to have a nice lunch with your son, and instantly it's a race thing, you know what I'm saying? Even though you probably never wanted even to take it there, you probably just wanted to eat. But when you start looking around and you seen damn Caucasian persuasion children's running around with their disrespectful asses, sitting at the table, and they got the same type of clothes that your son got on, yeah, I get upset too. I would try my hardest not to turn it into a racist thing, but because of the fact that obviously most of them most managers would, depending on their situation and the color of their skin, honestly, probably would have turned into a racist thing. And then nobody there was fighting for you, is saying, because if I was a mother and seen that my child had the same attire on, and because I had money or because I had status or because of the color of my skin, I would have an issue with that, because of the fact that this business isn't just for the Caucasian persuasion, or this business isn't just for individuals that have a certain price bracket. Obviously, she could come into the restaurant. So why? And she, who's to say that bitch ain't been in there multiple times? You doing right, mama. You showing your son. Don't let nobody run over you. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing is that it don't seem from the article, because I didn't see no footage or anything, that you actually was irate or real ignorant during the situation. So kudos to you, and keep doing what you're doing. Because, honey, this shit is crazy. It's crazy. It's beyond crazy. Like, I don't understand, like, in the past, ever since, I'm gonna be honest, ever since the coronavirus, since the situation that happened to me when the beginning of the coronavirus, I just been sitting here like, what the fuck is wrong with us? And when I say us, I include everybody. I include the blacks, I can include the whites, I include the Spanish, I include the Jamaicans, Dominicans, Chinese, Japanese, purple knees, water on the knees, bitches, all of y'all hoes. And I want to know what's wrong with y'all, because we are too advanced of a country, and too knowledgeable of a country, and too knowledgeable as the human race to still be dealing with this bullshit. Like, come on now. The moment COVID-19 started acting up, it gave a lot of white people, I ain't gonna say the majority, but a lot of white people, I'm gonna say a good percentage of y'all, a trigger to just act a fucking fool and put y'all racism dial all the way to fucking 100. I do not know why. I do not care. But nip that shit in the butt. When it comes, because y'all so damn scared. I remember Petey. Petey gonna be mad with me because I run this up. But Petey and me went to the grocery store. I ain't gonna say the grocery store name, but we went to the grocery store. And we in the grocery store buying food and stuff. And I'm in the other aisle, and Petey was in another aisle. And Petey said this white lady came past him, and he had the hiccups. And she seen him hiccup, and she was an older white lady, so she had, and I seen her, so she was old, so she ain't had that much damn move in her, that much gasoline in her tank. But this bitch sat there and said, Petey sneezed, gave him a look, and was like, and when I seen him, he was laughing, but he was mad, and I was like, Petey, what happened? He said, I didn't have a hiccup because I was trying to breathe and burp at the same time, and I just wound up with hiccups. And this lady, she just was real rude and just brushed past me all fast, and it gave me this look like I had the virus. I was like, bitch, coronavirus, the shit is real. Soon as I said that, the same lady came down the aisle, me and Petey was there, and Petey was like, that's her, watch what she do. She ain't even take no seconds to look at us. She just looked straight at Petey, gave him a look, and just, then why the fuck did you come down the aisle, bitch? That was, people, get y'all shit together. Because that shit, even though it's funny to this day, I'm like, y'all, I don't understand it. Spanish people ain't that damn scary. And then when I say scary, I don't mean like frightening. I'm talking about as far as being scared of any other race. Chinese people ain't that damn motherfucker scared of nobody. Dominicans definitely ain't scared of nobody. Black people ain't. It's y'all. It's y'all white people that, because y'all know y'all be doing some fucked up shit to us, to the ethnic groups. Y'all know y'all do fucked up shit to us, and in your conscious and in your subconscious, you motherfuckers be sitting there on edge because you know y'all be doing some fucked up shit, and y'all swear in y'all head that every black person or ethnic colored person or ethnic group is gonna beat your ass when you come around, or gonna say some shit, or kill you, or rob you, or something. And that is not the case. That is not the case at all. All of y'all think, I swear all of y'all think that it don't matter who you are. If it's too many of us in a group, or we get too close to y'all, even if it's just one of y'all, I guarantee you that shit go right in y'all head and be like, this bitch about to do something, they got no motherfucking business. Bitch, I don't even want to touch you, because I know how fucking nasty a lot of y'all are. Y'all are some nasty, no class, 1.5 class motherfuckers. Nasty. How you go a month without washing your hair? It don't matter how fucking straight your hair is. You can get ticks and fleas and maggots in your hair too. How you get up and splash water? You don't even use fucking soap. You splash water on you like it's supposed to be damn Mr. Clean and damn Clorox wipes, bitch, and walk out the house. I don't understand it. I don't. So there was this video, July 2nd, 2020. It was this video of this white woman. Let's be honest, she was white. Pulls out a gun on a black. It wasn't even a woman. It was a woman and her daughter at a Chipotle's parking lot. It looked like the white woman was pregnant, but I can't be for sure. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. But y'all can go and think what you want and go look at the video. But I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I ain't even gonna play. I'm not even gonna be on either side of the fence because I watched the video, and it seemed as though first this situation occurred because of the fact that the lady brushed past them, which that bitch was wrong, because if you was pregnant and somebody was in your way, all you had to do was say, excuse me. Now, what I will say is, because she did look like she pregnant, that's why I keep saying she pregnant. She may not have been. She just may have been a fat, hungry bitch. But it is what it is. But I will say this. That young girl, the lady's daughter, the black lady's daughter, she ain't had no respect for nobody. Because how the fuck you sitting there arguing back and forth with a grown ass dope bitch? Now, and if she put her hands on you or did brush past you, then you did have the right to say something to her. And then when she got disrespectful, then depending on your age, because you probably was older than what I think you are, but if you wasn't, you was wrong. You had the right to bark back at her. But what you did not have to do was get up on her and get in her face. Even though she touched you, you could have been de-escalated that situation. Now, what I will say is this. From the looks of it, her husband stepped in. It didn't even show. I didn't even see when he came into the picture. But her husband or her boyfriend stepped into the picture. And how can you attack somebody that's just trying to... Basically, he was trying to defuse the situation, because I didn't hear him say anything. Now, I may be wrong, and I probably need to go back to watch it, but y'all can tell me. But I didn't hear him say anything. I just seen him walk in between them, and then the mother and daughter started going at him like two pit bulls on a chihuahua. Like, come on now. Don't you want something positive to come out of the situation, but look how you going by doing it. Like, you want them to say sorry, or you want them to give you some kind of apology, or whatever the case may be, but the way you going about doing, you're not going to get that apology. And then you calling them racist. Who's to say that bitch just didn't want y'all in her fucking way? Because sometimes I don't be in the mood to have people in my motherfucking way. The way y'all be pushing carts and be walking slow and trying to be cute and shit. These damn girls out here trying to be cute for the niggas, and you ain't got no ass. And if you do have an ass, you over exaggerating that shit, because you trying to do the big booty girl walk that you don't even have to do if you got a big old ass. If you got a big old ass, that shit going to wiggle wop and wiggle wop and wiggle wop. It's going to wiggle wop and wiggle wop and wiggle wop like a wave, bitch. And you ain't got to do all that. So I understand if the white bitch wanted to push past y'all, especially if she was pregnant, and then it's hot as fuck out here. So yeah, I would have pushed past your ass and dared you to say anything. And I wouldn't even have pointed to my belly. I would have dared you to say anything, because I probably would have went off on you too. But what I did not like was the fact that, I will say this, because of the fact that the lady got in the car, I'm going to run right back to that. She ran back to the car, and even though her boyfriend jumped in, and I do remember him saying, just leave her alone, or something, like, whatever the case may be, he said to the girl. But then that's when the shit turned into a race thing. How the fuck do you know it had anything to do with race black women? And the reason why I said it like that, because the next situation that occurred pissed me off. Because she got into the car, yes. The man got into the car. They was backing up. And even though the young girl was not around the car, she was around the car, but she wasn't walking up on the car. The mother herself took it upon herself to back away from the car so the car could come out. But then you start hitting and kicking on the motherfucking car. That's when you fucked up, bitch. Because if you would have did that shit to me, I would have ran your ass over. And I don't give a fuck what anybody say. That shit was, I don't believe that shit was a racially extended situation. Because of the way that the lady, she was sitting there, she didn't even have to explain herself. Because of how bad these two black women was coming at her. Now, what I will say is that, now we don't know what happened prior to that. So I can't say if it. I really, for right now, I'm gonna say it was not racially induced. But bitch, when you would have kicked my motherfucking back of my car and started swinging on my car and trying to bust my windows, oh bitch, I would have ran you over. And then if you wasn't ran over and you wasn't hurt, bitch, I would have ran over you again. And then I probably would have hit your motherfucking daughter because of the fact that I ain't want no motherfucking witnesses, bitch. But you caused that bitch because you don't know what nobody got. T.S. Madison Hinton say that shit all the time. She comes ready to and prepared. She got a motherfucking Glock in her fucking titties. And she got a Glock in her titties, a mini bat in her car, a damn machete in her car. She got a two big ass things and mace in her car, bitch. I'm gonna do the same motherfucking thing because y'all motherfuckers out here crazy. It don't matter what race, y'all motherfuckers out here crazy because. How the fuck you didn't get your apology and that's okay, you be mad or whatever, but bitch, how dare you kick my motherfucking car? And then the fact that you seen that my husband was driving real fast, you's a dumb bitch because I would have ran, if it was me, I would have ran your ass over and I would have drove out that bitch like nothing happened. I would have drove out there and acted like I was in traffic like ain't shit. I wouldn't have scared off because I ain't want to get no damn accident. I would have just kept strolling off down the damn street like shit ain't motherfucking happened. And dare you to call the police on my motherfucking tags, bitch. Because it ain't like you can't switch motherfucking tags. Y'all, I understand what's going on, but shit, don't cause more unnecessary bullshit and no unnecessary racial issues when it's bigger things going on. Like, y'all could avoid that shit. She said that she said what she said, and she said that she was motherfuckers. She said she was sorry. She ain't said it like she meant it, but shit, you should have took that motherfucker sorry and dealt with it. And then especially when her husband or boyfriend came around to try to get in the middle of it so she can get in the car. Because I believe that white bitch was pregnant. And I think that's one reason why she ain't act that much of a fool with y'all. But bitch, let it have been me and let me be able to get motherfucking pregnant, bitch. I would have been in mama bear mode, bitch. I would have ran both of y'all bitches over with the car and made sure that y'all was able to get to the hospital because I wasn't trying that on that part on my conscience of killing your ass, but I would have made sure you was injured, bitch, because you was playing with me and my child and upsetting my child. You may not have put your hands on me, but my emotions was upsetting my child. So my emotions decided, me and my child's emotions decided to run your ass over with big Maleficent outside, bitch, and that's what would have happened. God damn it. Y'all ate that shit on. Then in fact you get mad because she pulled a gun out on you. If I was in this situation and I was pregnant, I would have did it too. If I was in that situation and pregnant, I would have did it too. Point blank period. I wouldn't even lie about that. If I was in that situation and pregnant, I would have did it too. Like, I honestly feel like that lady was pregnant because the way her shirt set out, that wasn't no fat girl belly. That was a pregnancy belly. So I would have been on defense mode too, bitch. And then when I got in the car, y'all, the moment I would have heard you hit my motherfucking car and I realized it wasn't like I hit something or scraped against something, oh, bitch, I would have pulled everything out, bitch. I would have came out there looking like Alice from Resident Evil, bitch. You would have thought I was a fucking superhero, bitch. I would have came out with everything. The whole armor guard. I would have had them damn big ass spray cans that look like they're going got to be glued that T.S. Madison be carrying with the mace. I would have had them bitches on my side. I would have had the damn Glocks on in my titties and been ready to pull them bitches out, bitch. I would have let y'all have it out there. Cause even though Maleficent shit old, look some lightly scratched up bitch, me and Maleficent would have had a ball with y'all motherfucker asses on that street. I would have gave the keys to my dude, let his ass hit y'all while I was lighting y'all bitches up in y'all legs and in y'all arms. I wouldn't have shot you nowhere else, but I would have shot you in your legs and arms because, bitch, that's what the fuck you use on my car. Your legs, your hands, and your motherfucking arms. That's what the fuck would have happened. And then my child probably would have been doing cartwheels because he or she would have been motherfucking happy because now mommy happy because she got your ass. But act like you know. I'm not endorsing this soda right here, so you want to see it from behind. But if you want me to endorse anything for you, I sure can. It's a coin involved, but I sure can. For me. But yeah. Bullshit. Like, don't bring more shit to us that we don't need. And then only because, and I feel like them bitches probably did that shit because of the fact that they know that right now it's a pivotal time for Black America. not just Black America, but ethnic groups in general, especially with the fact that we are currently in one of the biggest civil rights wars, basic civil rights wars, like non-confrontational, to the point where we're at a physical war where we have armies with our government and with our people in our country. I think that's what it is, and they thought that they was gonna get famous, and they probably honestly genuinely thought that off this shit they got famous. Yeah, you got your 15 seconds or 30 seconds or a minute or who knows, hour long worth of fame, but everybody ain't gonna agree with you with the way that you went out, because bitch, I'm telling you, anybody I know with a car, especially Miss Kales, she would have ran your motherfucking ass over. It wouldn't have gave two thoughts about it. And if she watching this, I know she'll agree. She gonna run your ass over and act like she ain't see a motherfucking thing. Play with me and my friends. Play with us like that. And then you be like, oh, she tried running us over. No, bitch, you deserve to get run over. It's the difference. I actually commend that bitch for pulling a gun on her, because that's some shit I probably would have did if I had a gun. It wouldn't have been to shoot, but it would have been to scare that bitch, like, stop playing with me. I mean, this is your warning. Stop playing with me. And then I do truly in my gut believe that lady was pregnant. So of course she was running off hormones, but that's no excuse to pull a gun on her. But the excuse was that the motherfuckers would leave her alone, and then that bitch kicked her motherfucking car and everything else. Was the motherfucking excuse to pull that daggone pistol out. Anyways, July 1st, 2020, on allaboutLaughs.com, Will Smith says that he never gave I think it's August Ornstein or whatever his name is, August, that month, you know what I'm saying, that nigga with the month, that's his name is a month, so we can call him Month. That month that's super hot, we gonna call him that. His blessing to be with Jada Pinkett Smith during their marriage or whatever the case may be, or currently during their marriage, calls a singer wrong. Bitch, no. I'm gonna get on that, but anyway, it all started with the release of the month's new project, which was released June 26, 2020 on Shake the World /Empire. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know if it's a company or whatever. I haven't been really focusing on music like that, like I was when I was younger. So I don't know all the new companies and shit. But however, the allegations that surfaced during the promotion of his return to music brought him firmly into the spotlight, but he ain't getting noticed for his fucking music. And bitch, I honestly don't know what you brought out. I mean, like, he probably has brought out some hits that I bop my head to, or be like, but I don't know, because I don't know his name. And I love me some music. I just don't know his name. But it says that that it brought him to the spotlight in Hollywood, and also into the light eye view of one of Hollywood's most powerful and strongest couples, the Smiths. This is how it says, while in recent interview, the conversation was about his rare autoimmune system disease, but it was his claims about his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith that is getting more promotion than his project. Bitch, he knew what he was doing. He says that he not only was in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, but he received Will's blessing. He also stated that he don't like drama, but had to put it out there because he didn't want anybody to mess up his character or what people view as him as. It says he actually said that his words out his mouth. I actually sat down with Will and I had a conversation. He gave me his blessing. I totally gave myself to the relationship for years. I truly and really deeply love Jada. I devoted myself to it so much so that I couldn't die right now and be okay knowing that I gave myself to somebody. The month, cause I ain't gonna call you by your name, by August Augustina or whatever. It sound like some shit from Disney, Pixar, whatever fuck the case may be. The month. This what I'm gonna tell your ass, bitch. If you had a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, you should have kept that shit shut. With all the money that they have in their coin account, their coinage, all the coinage that the motherfuckers got. You should have shut your mouth. You should have zipped that shit shut. If you couldn't zip the shit shut, you should have sewn that shit up with that thick ass thread from the 1600s that they used to put on with who they thought was witches and all that case maybe. That's what the fuck you should have did, nigga. That's what you should have did. That's number one. But number two, nigga, I don't believe you anyway, but I do believe that y'all was swinging. I do believe that, because I definitely believe people in Hollywood swing. I don't have no problem with it. Do you? If you want the shit to be secret, let the shit be secret. But let the motherfucker that put the shit out there, y'all gotta do something about that bitch, because sometimes some secrets don't need to come out. But I do believe Will and Jada are some swingers, because it ain't like the people in Hollywood don't sleep with each other. Look how many times it take most people in Hollywood to find a relationship, and then you done dated somebody that somebody else already dated that's famous. So I mean, like, I believe it. But what I don't believe is that he was in years-long relationship. Bitch, if you was in real years-long relationship, if I know anything about music, you could have gave some kind of hints, some kind of subliminals in your fucking music that you was in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay, period. I believe that your ass got caught up into the sex and the pussy part good as shit. She probably got that wet that's out of this fucking world. And I think that it's shit. I believe it, because the way their relationship is, it ain't the best, because ain't nobody say that shit was the best, because even they said it wasn't the best. It's been some times where she wanted to knock his ass upside the head with a cast iron skillet. It's been some times where he wanted to put them damn Ali paws on her. So we all know it ain't the perfect relationship. So when this shit came out, it ain't surprised me, but what did surprise me was that how he went by doing it, and the fact that he put Mr. Month of the calendar decided to go out here and do it around the same motherfucking time that he put out a new release album. Like, that was just, this was a publicity stunt, bitch, in my eyes. Because even if he was getting that wet from Jada Pinkett Smith and we'll know about it, you should have never put that shit out there if this is how you trying to promote your album, bitch. Ain't nobody gonna buy your album because you fuck Jada Pinkett Smith. We want to buy your album because the music good. And obviously the music not good if you ain't been out for a long period of time. Because normally if you are a new artist, you come out with an album within a year and a half, if not less. Because these artists is on the grind. And it seems as though, honey, that you let a couple of Augusts pass, honey. You let a couple of Augusts pass. And a couple of years pass, honey, and it's over. Like, I mean, especially with you coming after them, that's like coming after, because they the only black couple outside of Denzel Washington and his wife. I can't think of his wife right now, and Samuel Jackson and his wife, that means something to us as a black couple in the movie entertainment industry, in the acting industry. That's just like coming after Beyonce and Jay-Z. Although we know Beyonce and Jay-Z relationship is a fucking mind eraser roller coaster. And we know they got secrets, and she be in there conjuring up the spirits and everything. Ain't nothing wrong conjuring up the spirits. Shit, they doing wonders for her. Beyonce, I'm proud of you. At least you conjuring up the right spirits, honey. To get your coin and do some good, because at first, bitch, I wasn't on your side when it came down to them saying that you was out here doing things, because I didn't know what the things you was doing. But now that I see, and I seen on the BET Awards of the things that you be doing on the low, you got never notch my respect for you, honey. So go ahead, do your thing, girl. Do your thing, hell. Do your thing, girl. But yeah, I just feel like he doing this for a fucking publicity stunt. If he fucked Jada Pinkett Smith, I guarantee you Will was in there too. That's all I'm gonna say. And it wasn't just him fucking Jada Pinkett Smith and Will fucking Jada Pinkett Smith. It was vice fucking. That nigga was. Look at him. Look at August. August look like one of the little the queens that act like trade all the damn time. That's what he look like. He look like one of the children of the rainbow. You know, one of the children of the rainbow corn that's on the outside of the cornfield. You know, at the perimeter of the cornfield, that's scared to walk into the cornfield because he may see a scarecrow that may come up with some glitter and throw it on his ass. That's what he look like, one of the children of the rainbow corn. That's what he look like. Look like a tatted version of one of my children of the rainbow corn, honey. Fucking shame. Damn shame. But hey, Jada, I don't care because I still have respect for you because you came out with the red table token. Although I do believe that it's copied off another show because every show is copied off another show. So let's not even get into that. But it is very successful, and you and your mother and your daughter have spilled some tea about you all selves that I would have thought that y'all would have kept secret. But I'm glad that y'all did because at least I know when the time is right that you're going to be able to either have you and Will and the month on the show together, and y'all gonna spill some tea, or y'all gonna have each other. You gonna pour both of them on individually, and then you gonna spill some tea. It may not be all the tea we need to hear and all the tea we need to sip, and it may not have all the sugar that we need in the cup, and it may not fully run over. But bitch, I know you're gonna spill that tea. Let's get into Rainbowology, people. If you don't know what Rainbowology is, it's anything about the GLBTQ, ABDZ, Children of the Rainbow Corn, baby. And if you don't know what Children of the Rainbow Corn is, it is the trans, the gay, the bisexual, the lesbian, the pansexual, all the sexuals into one. And the terminology and education on it. So we're going to get into the term of the week. And the term of the week for this week is the cisnormativity. Did I say it right? Cisnormativity. The assumption that individuals and the institutions that everyone is cisgender and that cisgender individuals are superior to trans-identified individuals or people that are gay, bisexual, trans, or lesbian. It says which leads to an invisible culture of non-cisgender identities. Is that not true for today? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that not true for... Well, I can't even say that's not true for today, but is cisgender normality not true for the past? That's what was going on in the past. But if you don't know what cisgender is an individual that is considered straight, let's say straight, or somebody that considers themselves to be the sex that they were born as, which would be female or male, period, that are attracted and are sexually attracted to the opposite sex. But is that not true about our past history? Is that not? I can't even say if that's not true about now, because even to this day, even with all the acceptance that we do have of us, and I honestly will say this, we don't have full acceptance at all. And I don't want to hear nobody say that. We do not. We do not have 100% of acceptance of the GLBTQ, ABCDC, Children of the Rainbow Corn. We do not. I do not care what anybody say. We do not. And I say this because of the fact that you accept certain things. You accept your gay hairdresser, you accept your gay stylist, you accept your gay, you can even accept your gay child. But the things that they do and them fully being themselves, is even if their selves is like me, being loud, live, and bold and blunt and got a filthy ass mouth sometimes, you can't accept that. Them being different as far as the way that they dress, the way that they like to express themselves, you can't accept that. It don't matter how much you say it to yourself and try to make yourself, you know damn well you can't accept that. And it's not until we fully accept, you don't have to, I will say you have to accept it, but you do not have to like it. Because you can't change nobody. That's when this cisgender this normality will go away. This thing that's called normality. I keep saying formality, but normality will go away. I was gonna do a topic on. I'm not gonna do a topic. I ain't gonna say I was, but I'm not gonna do a topic on Rainbowology this week because I have a question. Because it's the 4th of July and it's supposed to be Independence Day, what does being gay, bisexual, lesbian, or a trans person mean to you on this day? What does it feel to be, what is it that 4th of July means for you as being a trans, bisexual, lesbian, or gay person today in 2020? Think about that, because I have some of the answer that I want to give, but when I come back on and do another show, I am going to express more about it. For me, I feel like it means strength. For me, being a trans woman in 2020, and dealing with the things that we do deal with as a whole, I believe the word for me and what it means for me and myself and my story, it means strength. It means beauty. It means evolution. It means uplifting. It means boldness. It means realness. It means being everything in one, if you get what I'm saying. Like it's being a gift to the world, I would say. And I say all those things, and I have more to say, but I really want to get deep, but my show can only be so long. But I say all these things because we still have so many trans women dying. Not only because of that, because that's honestly how I feel about myself. I feel strong. I feel beautiful. I feel bold. I feel unique. I feel like evolution. I feel power. I feel power walking down the street knowing I'm a trans woman. I can't nobody take that away from me, because that's who I am, and that's a good thing, and I believe it's a good thing. But we have lost so many. We got to be up in the 50s, maybe say we could be in the damn hundreds for this since 2000, the end of 2019 up until now. I believe we close into the 100, maybe more than 100 of trans young women, young girls or women dying, and it's sickening, because regardless if they were passable, if they wasn't passable, regardless if I can't even say they deserved it, because no one deserves to get killed cold blood. No one deserves to get beat up to the point where they're in a hospital. I'm going to say this not because of the fact that they're trans. Come on now. Because they're trans, if you don't like it, you don't have to be around it. Ain't nobody tell you because you wind up walking up to a trans girl and you realize that she was trans, or you clocked her, or she told you that she was trans, that you get your boys to jump her or you kill her. It's easy to walk the fuck away. Regardless if your dick got hard and you really was into this person before you found this shit out, it's easier to walk away than to have to deal with them long-term consequences that you got to deal with when it comes down to killing somebody or beating somebody ass. Because a lot of this shit that I've been seeing recently has been unnecessary. Very much so unnecessary. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. But y'all don't care because there's another faggot gone. Y'all don't care because there's another nigga trying to be a woman gone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care because you just don't motherfucking care about yourself. But you love when the LGBTQ community, the ones that do come down, I ain't gonna say that everybody come down to these rallies for Black Lives Matter and all these things, because I'll be telling the motherfucker lie. But you honestly do not know, excuse me, honestly do not know who's gay or not when you come down to these things, unless you're looking into their fucking skirts, their pants, or in their panties. I have a lot of people that I know that are gay, that if you were to walk down the street with them doing these riots and things of that nature that's been going on, and they honestly, some of them have been there every time, you wouldn't know that they were gay, because that's not what the fuck you focusing on. So stop. I don't want to hear that either. I don't want to hear that the LGBTQ community don't be down there, because they do. You just don't have the focus that you need to at the time, because now you're not worried about if that's a man or if that motherfucker gay or not. You worried about a good thing. Focus on a good thing and change. And you're not. And I don't believe these riots and these protests are just for black people. I mean, majority of them are centered around black people and what it means to be black and everything in this country. But these protests are also fighting for other rights as well, which y'all don't even pay attention to because you're so worried about the black people and what they doing. You forget that these riots are also helping other people too. So I want to say this. Please stop the killing. It's unnecessary. Half of you motherfuckers already know that we trans when you come up to us. And if you don't know, most of y'all, not even much, 100% of y'all really don't give a fuck because all you want to do is get your dick wet. Most of y'all really just don't give a fuck because most of y'all want to get your dick wet. 90% of the men that try to talk to me when I be at work or just walking around my neighborhood, all they want is to get their dick wet, either by getting it sucked or getting it jumped up or up and down on. Let's be honest. Ain't nobody, and I'm not going to say nobody. Let me take that back. There is a percentage of men out here, regardless of your race, who really and genuinely want to love on and protect and to love and cherish a trans woman. But majority of you motherfuckers, we see you from a mile away. And it's up to us to want to suck and fuck and ride your motherfucking nasty ass dick. So this 4th of July, let's really truly be independent, y'all. Let's not just be independent in one group. Let's be independent in all groups. Let's eliminate racism completely. Because if we don't, we can't eliminate classism. We can't eliminate the I don't know the word for separations of incomes, but we can't eliminate that. We can't eliminate honestly mental disabilities, because most of these mental disabilities come from negative thoughts and people treating you like shit. You know what I'm saying? And most people on drugs, they on drugs because people just gave up and don't give a fuck about them no more. Maybe because they did do shit to people, you know what I'm saying? But also because most people just give up because they don't have people believing in them anymore. So let's keep this. Let's make this Independence Day great. Let's love on each other. Let's be there for each other. Let's change the whole mindset of us as the United States in general. Let's understand that even though a lot of this the holidays that we celebrate are centered around white superiority and them being the head honcho of this holiday, this specific holiday should be turned around for the unity of our country. It has nothing, even though it has a meaning dealing with the war that occurred. In this day and age, July 4th should be bigger than what it stands for. It should be centered around us loving on each other and becoming united as a country, as a whole people, taking the color and the culture and everything else out of the equation when it comes down to our country as a whole. Now us as individual cultures and everything, that's something totally different, but as a whole and as a country, we're supposed to be a family, because just like they say, a child can't be raised without a village. Our country can't be raised back to a higher standard without everybody in this country having somewhat of the same mindset and caring for each other. So let's get it. Let's get to it. Let's really get into that. I thank you all for watching. I'm not doing a spotlight because honestly, I just spotlighted it. It's us. It's our country. It's us. Let's get it together, people. I want to say thank you all for watching the show. I thank you all for sticking with me for these past 8 episodes now. This is the 9th episode. Our last actual episode will be episode 12. So I'm going to take a little break from the show and work on some things and get it together. But we will be back definitely be back before the end of the year, and definitely be back before my birthday. And I may actually do some side shows or emergency shows depending on what's going on. But I definitely trying to get more out here and get to know other people that have shows going on, so I can actually be on their shows and talk about loose rap and possibly have a little side mini series where I actually interview people themselves. So I thank you all for sticking in with me. I thank you all for dealing with the growth. And it has been growth. For me, it hasn't been a huge growth, but hey, everything doesn't have to be a huge growth because I planted a seed. The seed is growing and it's going to be beautiful at the end. So thank you all. I want to say if you have anything that you want to say to me, fan mail, any suggestions for the show, just feedback on how you felt the show went today. Please hit me up on LooseRapShowLLC@gmail.com. That is LooseRapShowLLC@gmail.com. Or you can actually hit me up on Facebook at Loose Rap Show on Facebook, or on Instagram at Loose Rap Show. And on Instagram we only have snippets. That's because I can't put the whole show on there like I want to, but that's okay. And also we have on Facebook, we actually had the Loose Rap Show running, and I downloaded it. I download the actual show that I'm recording now onto Facebook, so you can actually go and watch it on Facebook, and that is at Loose Rap Show on Facebook. I thank you all for supporting me. I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for dealing with me when it wasn't right, and dealing with me when it was right, and dealing with my crazy butt talking all kinds of mess to these celebrities and to the president, especially to these daggone celebrities, because I know they sitting back, and if they actually watching this, and I hope they are, because it's just for shits and giggles. It ain't nothing real serious. Like, I do feel some way about certain things, but if I actually talk to them, I could explain to them more about how I actually feel, so that it wouldn't be taken in the wrong content. But yeah, I thank you. I truly, definitely do. And like I said, DM me. I love to talk to people. I love to get intellectual with people. Some things I don't know. Some things I'm going to ask you about so I can know. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of being human and learning. You never stop learning. So thank you. Thank you so much. Go to at Loose Rap Show on Facebook. Go to at Loose Rap Show on Instagram. And hit me up in my DMs or at the email at LooseRapShowLLC@gmail.com. Thank you and love you, and bye. Toodaloo.